नमस्कार। मैं तो ये जो कार्य चल रहा है उसका विवेचन नहीं करूँगा, क्योंकि जिन्होंने शुरू किया, जिन्होंने इसको आगे बढ़ाया और जिन्होंने इतनी मेहनत की है एक कार्य को लाने के लिए, वो सबको नमस्कार करते। हमारे 22 मिलियन भारतीय जो भारत से बाहर रहते हैं, उन सबका आपको नमस्कार करते हैं। I'll go through the slides first so that you can see. You can see this holistic development, and I think we have discussed all other educational thinking, so I will come back to that later on. And education, not only functional education, but to have healthcare education, economic education, and empowerment education, so you know who you are, how you can come out of the things. This is our basic education. 100% literacy we want to keep in a tribal and a rural area. Ekal is not a formal education. We have been discussing a lot of policies, as Aryaji mentioned also, and of course how we can change the whole world in one day. It's not going to happen, but somebody has to do at the grassroots level and to understand what happened. This particular work we started in 1989. In Dhanbad, one school, one teacher going on a bicycle or motorcycle. Later on, for 10 years, the experiment was done for 10 years in South Bihar, which is Jharkhand now. Those 10 years gave us a lot of information. So something to change a policy overnight is not going to give us the answer. Somebody has to experiment it and put it to the people to see if it really works. This experiment worked very well since 1998. We expanded all over the country slowly from Orissa, Bihar, all other places. So right now, we come in the slide, our biggest achievement, or we think we are doing it, is to have children interested in the education. You see the pictures. I had an opportunity and good luck to do a Bharat Vandana in 2013 from February to April, to go from Assam to all the way to Kanyakumari. And that opened up our eyes, because living in America 45 years, you don't know all these things. That what happened for 67 years after Azadi, that there is no power, there is no water, there is no education, there is no housing, there are no roads, simple things, which we took it for granted where I come from in Gujarat, or for that reason in US. And this is what makes us think that people who started this thing in those days has to have that commitment. वो बोलते हैं ना हमारे गीत में, शपथ लेना तो सरल है पर निभाना बहुत कठिन है। शपथ तो ले लिया कि मैं कर लूँगा, लेकिन उसको 25 सालों तक चलाना, अपने कार्यकर्ताओं को इतनी हिम्मत देना, उनमें देश भावना जगाना, और हम उनको देते हैं क्या? मानधन। जो वहाँ ट्रैवल करे, मैं जितने मित्रों को कह सकूं कि आप उनको सपोर्ट करें ना करें दूसरी बात है, जाके देखें, उससे सिवा अच्छा कोई काम नहीं होगा। तब मालूम होगा कि भारतीय संस्कृति कहाँ लगी है, भारतीय संस्कृति को टिकाने के लिए हमको क्या करना चाहिए। अर्बन एरिया में करेंगे, श्योर, हम सबको अच्छा लगता है कि मेरे बेटा डॉक्टर बने, इंजीनियर बने, या तो आईटी में चले जाए, आईआईटी में चला जाए। वहाँ जहाँ इतने लोग हैं, 600,000 villages, out of that we hardly reached 55,000. And those villages where hardly anybody looked into that. Somebody said that other people went there because we did not go there. And that's why we left them out. We call them forgotten brothers and sisters of India. These are the additional education. Slowly we started in 2004, healthcare education, basically preventive healthcare measures, empowerment education, how to use RTI, how to take not activism, but interest in finding how we can change the society or ask the government what they are supposed to do. And development education. They have to also become economically viable. They have to also earn living. In Arogya, we are doing healthcare camps. 70% of women in tribal area are anemic. And sure, even you find in the big cities also, but this is eye-opening for us. So we started doing the anemia camp, mostly right now in Jharkhand, also in Tamil Nadu, and other states we are expanding. These are the numbers. Since we have about 54,049 schools, we expect another 6,000. By next April, it will be 60,000 schools. About 1.5 million children already studied, 1.5 million are already enrolled in the schools right now. These are the numbers. Now, it is not just giving bread and butter to the villagers so that they can depend on us. The purpose is to make them self-sufficient. So slowly, we are increasing what you call state voluntary organizations who support locally. Those schools are about 10,000. We have state-supported chapters, about 10,000 more. And remaining outside, money comes from, a lot of money comes from within India. We from US support about 13,000 schools, but majority support is coming from within India, which I will discuss in a minute. When you say central support is basically FTS, Bharatiya Lok Shiksha Parishad, and EVFI, basically money coming from US and other countries, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Singapore, Hong Kong, Dubai, Muscat, all these areas. Now, what do we, 20,000 rupees a school for 1 year, 30, 35 children studying, how much we pay to the teacher, what we call Mandan, 1,000 rupees per month. So about 12,000, 60% we pay to the teacher. Teaching material takes about 3%, 27% goes in training. Our biggest effort in this teaching is the teachers are local. They are not brought from outside. Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan spends about 40,000 crore rupees a year, and yet nothing happens there. We're not blaming them. That is a system. We have to accept the system and make a change. So most of our schools now operate after the government schools are done. So maybe 4 o'clock, some places 5 o'clock, and they teach for 3 hours. From the cost point, our overhead is hardly about 10%. But real cost, if you want to see, is this. Yes, we take about 20,000 rupees from donors to operate one school. But then there is a opportunity cost. Teacher, we don't pay full payment. So they almost 20,000, they basically bear on their own. Karyakartas, this is a real story. One who travels, those people 25 days in a month are traveling within their states. There also we hardly pay them maybe 2,500, 3,000 rupees a month. They also have opportunity cost. And our Samiti people, there are a lot of Samiti people are here from all over the country. They travel, they see, they support Karyakarta teachers. Twice in a year, local Samitis collect money to give them gifts because we don't pay much. During Sakrant and also during in South, I think we do in the September, October. Diwali, but it's Sankrant and Pongal, yes, Pongal time. This is a breakdown of funding coming from all over the world. Total funding majority comes from FTS, then BLSP, then self-voluntary organization, and ECOL USA supports about 12,000 last year. This year will be about 13,000. This is the growth, about 19%. From 2000 onwards, we supported from 2,000 schools to about 54,000 now. And this is another statistical dimension where we have schools. You can see In Kerala and Gujarat, we don't have as many. But if you see Andhra Pradesh, even Jammu and Kashmir, we have about 3,200 schools. Jharkhand. And these are the areas, those who travel. Here, of course, those who travel, they know a lot. But people like us who come from out of country, unless you see the remote areas, you don't appreciate what is happening there. This is Right to Education Act we are using. I have only 1.5 minutes. Two things I wanted to come to leave behind so you can think what is happening. One, a teacher has to be local. You cannot have from Assam person going to Gujarat or from Kanyakumari going to UP. So local people, local language, local this thing. And this is what is taught in local language. If you Gujarat, Gujarati, Maharashtra, Marathi, Tamil, Tamil. Language, math, storytelling, that is where Sanskriti comes in a picture. Khelkud, there also we teach math in that one. And also, Sat, we teach them to live together. A teacher being from local village has a lot to do. She is not just teacher, she is a sister, probably she is a mother, she is probably the elder sister. Okay. Then our biggest work yet to be done, and I have one challenge that, yes, we discuss all the theories and all the policy making and this thing. My only request is, yes, we should do, because urban as well as rural, both are part of Bharat, and they have to be addressed. But let us do experiment. Policy, so every government comes and will change the policies. But can we do some experiments, see really it is working? And hear the examples. And of course, in higher education, you will hear from Vidya Bharati what they have done. One of the work which Sangha Parivar gave us ideology, inspiration, and also support. This is where we began, and we will continue for Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. And the last information that we just had a work with Afghanistan. One team came from Afghanistan. They wanted to learn how we can use Ekal Vidyalaya model. So maybe in future, we may have other places also we can use this model. Namaskar. Sabko, thank you.